Happy Pay It Forward Friday. Happy Aloha Friday. This is Cindy, your host at Ask Cindy Connector Live.
Is that better?
Yeah, should be. There we go.
Here we are.
So here we are at Ask Cindy Connector Live. This podcast is every single Friday at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 3 o'clock Pacific. So a little bit about the show. I created this show so I could connect you to those in my sphere of influence. As business owners, it is so important to pay it forward. It's not always about our business. Put others first and you'll see your business grow. So today, the promo is if you subscribe and comment over at Ask Cindy Connector Live, you share this very video, I will gift you a 5-night hotel stay. If you go to the YouTube at Ask Cindy Connector Live and you only subscribe, you'll get a 3-night hotel getaway. And I'm actually paying for the hotel and you cover the tax. So a little over $100 to $200. If you'd like to be an ambassador with National Day Calendar, just feel free to reach out to me here at Ask Cindy Connector Live. And my guest today is Marilyn. And we actually know each other from my hometown of Vacaville. It's about 500 miles from Southern California. And she is with the Women's Business Network. So make sure that you go to the womensbusinessnetwork.com. So we're talking referrals, collaboration, and an online directory. Hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell my audience a little about your story, and then we'll go into your network.
Okay. I think you and I have known each other for probably 15 years. It's been a really long time. It's been a really long time. Mm-hmm. So the Women's Business Network, we started in 2011. There in Vacaville, my co-founder and I, Christina Matcham, we founded it because our previous network group closed. And we still wanted to get to know women in our community that were in business that we could help support each other. And it's really grown over the years. It started in 2011. In 2019, we decided to expand national. And so that way we could really connect, educate, and empower women in business and share it with women from all across the country. And so here we are in 2022, and we have 5 chapters in the state of California, and we're in 4 other states. And then we have our national chapter for those that are not in an area where we have a in-person chapter yet. So we're very excited to just meet as many women as possible and help them expand their business.
Well, I'm going to pop off for a minute or two and kind of give a whole premise of what you're about.
Sure. So the Women's Business Network, we are all about empowering women in business, in any type of business and all types of businesses. So it can be small handmade type of businesses up to professional businesses like chiropractors, lawyers, doctors, insurance agents, anybody, anywhere who's a woman in business. It's our goal to connect people because it's about word of mouth. It's about who you know. So we have 3 different types of memberships. We also are affordable. It's less than $100 a year to be a member. And we have a lot of member benefits, as you mentioned, listed in our online directory. We have an education library. We have our actual network meetings that happen twice a month. We have a lot of benefits to just help people learn how to run their business, how to step up their business to the next level. A lot of us have concerns in our business that we've all might have faced, and we can help support each other. So just getting to know women and answering their questions or being supportive and empowering them to reach their success in whatever their business is.
So let's talk about the website. So go ahead and tell me about your website.
Okay, so this is our website. This is where you come to join. Once you are a member, more of the website opens up to you in our members only content. But right now we have our membership drive going on, so you can get connected. We have our featured members. Everybody's listed in their own directory based on their chapter, and then in our all member directory. And then we have some sponsor spots here on our homepage that connect to either your social media page or to your website, whatever you'd like to do.
So what are the chapters that are available right now?
So right now, the chapters that we have mainly are in Northern California, but it's Oroville, Gold Country, Vacaville, Fairfield, Benicia. We are opening one in Southern California in Temecula. We have one in Wisconsin, Texas, of course, and where else? Toledo, Ohio.
Wow.
There is quite a few. Memphis, we just launched one in Memphis, and we're hoping to open one in Georgia very time soon. So if anyone out there is looking for, is a real go-getter and a leader in their community, we would love to talk to them to talk about leadership and opening a chapter in their area.
So someone who lives here in Orange County, here in Southern California, do you do any Zoom meetings, or is it just belly to belly?
No, in your local chapter, you can do in-person meetings. At our national level, they're just virtual Zoom meetings, but at our in-person chapter meetings, if it's allowed to have an in-person meeting, they have an in-person meeting. Some of our chapters right now are still hybrid, where one meeting is virtual and one meeting is in person. That way, if you're not comfortable meeting in person yet, you still have that opportunity.
Would you like to talk about some networking nuggets today?
So I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Networking nuggets.
Oh,
yeah, some tips on how to properly network.
Yes, because one thing that we strive on here at the Women's Business Network is it's not just about referrals. It's not just about passing business, because we want people to give a good referral, not a referral because you have to, like a lot of networking groups. It's because like and trust that person, and you know that when you give that referral, everybody's going to be taken care of. So we're not the come in and collect everybody's business card, and try to recruit them or things like that. We are not about that, because true networking is getting to know somebody and their sphere of influence, so that when we're out and about in our lives and we hear a need, we know that we know somebody that we could connect them with.
Yeah. And one thing I always say, it's know, like, trust, and remember. Remembering someone is key. Talk about that.
Yes, because we do have an attendance, because if you're not attending the meetings, then nobody is getting to know you. You have to, that's the biggest thing I find in networking, that people join groups, but then they don't participate. They don't join. And how is anyone going to get to know you and remember you if you're not there?
Exactly.
So if you join any types of group, whether they're paid networking groups or free functions, you have to show up and you have to participate.
Well, I'm going to give my tip on belly to belly networking, and I want you to do the same. So one of my tips, and I've been doing it for probably around 30 years, and I'm writing a book on the ultimate referral and follow-up and gratitude that's hopefully getting published this year. It's in the process. So one of the things is, when you're at a belly to belly networking, let's just use the chamber as an example. When you get there, be the greeter. Although you may not be, the head of the chamber, but be the greeter, meet people. And when you go up to people, say, I want to know what the best referral is for you. I'm going to spend about 20 minutes to a half hour. I'm going to meet these different people, and I'm going to bring you 2 referrals. I'm going to at least try 1 referral, but my focus is 2 referrals. And they'll say, well, Cynthia, I really want to know what you do. What do you do? Let me see your business card. I'm like, you know what? Why don't we meet in a couple days, either virtual for coffee or at a local coffee shop, and we could build rapport that way. But today it's all about you. So that's so crucial, to be about the other person, because most people are like, they just want to be quick to hand the business card and not really care about you. They're all about them, truthfully. What is your take on that?
Yes, I would go with that too, because at our chapter meetings, we have open networking before the meeting actually starts. And I always encourage people, go around, find somebody that you might not have known very well, or someone that's new. Introduce yourself, but then find out who they are and what they have to offer. and, use that as true networking time. Don't just sit down and say to yourself, get to know what the other people do. So yes, it's all about the other person.
Another thing I want to talk about, my take and then your take. So my take on what a referral is and what isn't a referral. So for me, I give two types of referrals. I have what's called the referral connection. So it's just somebody that's a great networker. They're in my sphere of influence. They're know, like, and trusted, and I'll connect you. And then there's what I call the direct referral. Say, for instance, for your marketing company, somebody who needs help with, let's say, Instagram. And so a person needs help with Instagram, then I'm going to connect to you, Marilyn. And what I'm doing is I'm going to send an email. I'm going to put both information in there. I'm going to do a little brief description about the referral. So when we're asking for a referral, we need to actually know what that person's looking for. For instance, if someone needs a plumber and they'll post on Facebook, oh, I need a plumber, but what do you need a plumber for? Give me more details. So when I do the referral, that other person actually knows what they're looking for. So kind of explain what you do with the referral.
Yes. And the other thing on a referral is to make sure that they actually need somebody, not I'm thinking about doing something or whatever, because then they're not ready for that person. Yes. So yes, I told that is a good referral, is a direct referral, and connecting the two. Don't just say, oh, here's someone's business card, give them a call, because their chances are they're not going to.
Yeah, both
so
parties.
Make that connection. Yes, you need to make that connection for both the person you're referring and the person that you're referring them to.
Yeah, because 100% of the time that person doesn't call. I mean, I got a referral recently from somebody, and they only gave the other person my phone number, but I didn't get the information. But the person did call me, and we're working on the referral process right now. But that's why it's important to connect both people. So you actually, like, what are they looking for? What kind of service are they looking for in detail? And then you connect both parties.
Right. And you can ask that person, is it okay if I have Cindy call you? So that when you do call them, they are expecting it and they know who you are and don't think it's a sales call. Get that permission to say, okay, well, I'm going to have my gal call you, and then you guys can connect. So it's important to have that connection.
And it's our responsibility as the person who gave the referral to follow up. I say 7 to 10 days, up to 2 weeks. How about you?
Yes, definitely. What is it? The fortune is always in the follow-up. Whether it's your business or you're referring someone for business, always check up on it, because things happen, right? We all have 30 things going on throughout the day. Sometimes we put things off, or they forget, what was that lady's name? And if you follow up with it, you can, give it again if necessary.
Would you like to talk about Zoom for a few minutes?
Zoom?
Let's talk about Zoom etiquette. What have you seen, and what do you recommend for etiquette in Zoom? Because we're still, the new living room is Zoom, right?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I'm always usually fully dressed, but definitely, I think that it's important at a Zoom meeting that you should have your camera on. I know that it's not always, that you can, but what you would do at an in-person meeting, you should do at Zoom. Right? You wouldn't, necessarily, unless you're meeting at a restaurant or something, you shouldn't be eating during a meeting.
In a robe. I've seen people in a robe. Yeah.
Yes. I, as much as I love to know how you do your hair, I do not want to see your curlers. I do not want to see your pajamas unless it's that type of meeting. But whatever you would do in person, you should do on a Zoom. You wouldn't talk to other people while someone was speaking. So, mute yourself until it's your turn to speak. And give them your attention. If we see you, on your phone, you're not paying attention. Would you do that in a person meeting? Would you get distracted? So that is, for me, that's the big things. You're in the meeting, treat it like a business meeting.
Yeah, for me is the eating and the robe. That's my thing. Well, although I went to one of my trainings the other day, I'm doing this closing training with one of my mentors, and said, is that okay? I just have my sweatshirt on today. I don't have my business attire, because it kind of was my day off or my morning off. And you're like, oh yeah, fine. It just, some ones that we're really close to that we know. But yeah, normally I've try to have my makeup on and,
Yes.
look presentable. It's super important.
The one other thing, I guess it's a pet peeve of mine, would be two things, actually. Being late. You would not walk into an in-person meeting 30 minutes late.
Oh, Lord.
So, just because it's Zoom, it's still disruptive. And two, if you're like on your phone and you need to move, that might be the time to turn your camera off until you move, because when you're watching someone's camera, walking and going places, it's a little distracting, I think, for the other people that are on there.
And also a lot of the virtual backgrounds, we have to be careful because when we move, there's this halo.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to pick a good quality background.
Yes.
So anything else on networking that's super crucial? Well, let's talk really quick before we end the show. So you schedule a one-on-one and the person doesn't call and say sorry. They just totally ghost you. How do you handle that?
I always usually send a follow-up email. Maybe something happened that was out of your control. I would love to try and reschedule it. With me, if that happens, I at least try to reschedule once. If it happens a second time, then I'm usually out until they contact me. But, sometimes things happen that at the last minute, that's out of their control. You never know what someone's life could be. So I always say, send them an email and just, follow up and make sure everything's okay and see if you could reschedule it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, some people are just, they're not respecting your time. So yeah, you have to respect yourself and move on. Yes. So let's do a recap again about your network company. Let's talk about sponsorships, how to be a member, and then we'll close out.
Okay. So this is the sponsorship. So you do get special pricing if you are a member. If you're not a member, we can still, we're always looking for sponsors to help with our costs, because we are a lower, more affordable networking. But members, it's less than $100 a year to be a member. It's very easy to become a member. If you scroll up a little bit on there, there's a big banner at the top that says click here to join us. And you just follow the prompts. So chapter membership is that if there's a local chapter near you. We do have our national chapter. So if you're in an area where we don't have a in-person chapter yet, join our national chapter. And then we do have our hybrid, which is, yes, you have a local chapter, but you want to be part of the national because you want to meet people from all over. So right now we do have a lofty goal for 2022. I would like to talk about that just for a quick second, is that our goal is to try to connect with someone in all 50 states. So right now we are at, I believe, 8 or 9 states. So we would really like, members from all over, especially on the East Coast, to join our national chapter and connect with us. Because you never know who someone might know in your area or how you could help that person. You can help people all over. It's not just about referrals. It's about getting to know them and lifting them up and empowering them.
So would I join at the national level since I'm here in Southern California?
Yes, you would.
Okay. What is the cost for that again?
Right now it's $45 a year, or $47. Excuse me, $47 a year.
So give me kind of a snapshot. So I come on the Zoom. Do you have a guest speaker for maybe like 10 minutes and then you have the breakout rooms, or what do you do?
Generally, we do have a showcase person where one member is going to tell us more about their business for 10 to 15 minutes. We have an educational part where we talk about, something that could potentially help you in your business, like, how to build your business card or procrastination, time management, those kind of things. Everybody on the call gets 30 seconds to a minute to tell us, a little bit about them and their company and who a good referral for them is. Our national meetings meet on the 3rd Tuesday of the month. And there's 2 times to choose from. You can attend one or both.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Any last minute networking tip that is crucial for building your business? Building those referrals, not leads.
Yes. No pressure there for me to think of one. It's about getting connected. I think it's really about getting connected. Try to meet as many people as you can. Join as many groups as that you are able to join, that you can afford to join, and that you have the time to actually participate in. But reach out and get to know people.
Well, thank you so much. And do a
Thank you.
shout out for anybody that you want. And then also your websites again.
Well, Christina, my co-founder, Christina Matcham, she lives there in Vacaville. She couldn't be on here with me today. She also does Kaya Fit in Vacaville. So I'd like to give that to her, because without her, the Women's Business Network, we couldn't do this without each other. So, so the website is thewomensbusinessnetwork.com. You can find us on all social media platforms, either the WBN or thewomensbusinessnetwork.com.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to pop you in the green room and just hang tight for half a minute while I close out.
Thank you. Thank you again so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Definitely connect with Marilyn. And you're going to go here to YouTube. If you subscribe, comment, and share, I'll give you that 5-night hotel stay. And if you just subscribe and comment, you'll get a 3-night hotel stay. And next on the show at 3 p.m. Pacific, Creating Your Destiny and the World's Greatest Marketing Secret. I'm with Mary West and Patrick Snell. We'll see you here on the next show.